This video tutorial I will explain what is DNS. DNS or domain name system is a fundamental part of the internet that act like a phone book for the web. DNS translate human readable domain names into numerical IP addresses that computers use to identify each other on the internet. Examples of domain names are google.com or facebook.com. Now we will see how does DNS work. Here you can see DNS resolver. Here you can see your computer which has a web browser. Step 1 is user input. When you type a domain name, for example www.example.com into your web browser and press enter button, your device need to find the IP address associated with the domain to load the website. The second step is DNS query. Your device send a request called DNS query to the DNS resolver. The DNS resolver is like a librarian who knows where to look for the information you need. DNS resolver usually provided by the internet service provider or configured manually. Here you can see DNS servers. Here you can see DNS root name server. The third step is DNS lookup. The DNS resolver checks its hash to see if already know the IP address for the requested domain, which is www.example.com. If not, it begins the process of finding the IP address by querying other DNS servers. If the DNS resolver does not have the information in its hash, it contacts the root DNS server. These servers store the information for top level domains like .com, .org, .net and direct queries to appropriate top level domain server. In this case, domain resolver send www.example.com to DNS root name server, and if you see at the end .com is there, so DNS root name server inform DNS resolver to go to name server for .com TLD. TLD is nothing but top level domain server. Here you can see name server for .com TLD. Here you can see authoritative name server. The step 4 is DNS resolver sends www.example.com to name server for .com TLD. The root DNS server directs a DNS resolver to the TLD server responsible for the specific domain extension. In this case, domain extension is .com. So the request sent to name server for .com TLD. The TLD server provides IP address of the authoritative name server for the domain. So in this case, name server for .com TLD sends IP address of authoritative name server to the DNS resolver. The step 5 is DNS resolver sends www.example.com to authoritative name server. The DNS resolver contacts authoritative name server for the domain. This server holds the DNS records for the domain, including IP address associated with the requested domain name. So this authoritative name server provides IP address back to the DNS resolver. Sixth step is authoritative name server provides IP address of www.example.com to DNS resolver. DNS resolver hashes the information for future use, and the seventh step is forward the IP address to your device. And now your device has IP address. Using the IP address, your device establishes connection to web server which is hosting the requested website. That is the 8th step. The 9th step is your browser retrieves web page content and you see the website displayed in your browser window. Now we will see all the steps quickly. The user types www.example.com in the user's device web browser, and when user clicks on enter button, the request goes to the DNS resolver to find the IP address of www.example.com. The DNS resolver check the IP address of www.example.com in its hash. If the IP address is there, then DNS resolver sends the IP address back to the device. And if it is not there, then DNS resolver sends www.example.com to DNS root name server. The DNS root name server check the extension of requested domain. It is .com. So DNS root name server provide the IP address of name server for .com TLD. So using the IP address, DNS resolver sends www.example.com to name server for .com TLD, and this server provide the IP address of authoritative name server, and using the IP address, DNS resolver sends www.example.com to authoritative name server. This server provide the IP address of www.example.com to DNS resolver, and DNS resolver store this IP address for the future use in the hash, and then forward the IP address to your device. And using this IP address, your device can connect to the web server which is hosting the requested website, and this web server sends the response back to your device, and your device can display the web page content of the requested website. Now we will see the summary. DNS operates in the background, making the internet more user friendly by allowing us to use the domain names instead of numerical IP addresses. DNS is a distributed system with multiple servers working together to ensure efficient and accurate resolution of domain names to IP addresses. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please click on like button, and please subscribe to my channel. You can get Java source code and PowerPoint presentation for each and every video. That you can see it in the description section of the video. Click on show more, and here you can see the description, and here you can see the links to download source code and PowerPoint presentation.